Welcome to Maze Explorer. In this module, you'll build a top-down maze game where you navigate corridors, collect keys, unlock doors, and avoid enemies. Today, we're starting with grid-based movement and wall collision. Your character will move in clean steps and can't walk through walls. Let's begin. First, create a new Scratch project. Go to scratch.mit.edu and click Create. Delete the cat sprite by clicking the trash can icon when you hover over it. Let's add our Maze Explorer character. Click Choose a Sprite at the bottom right. In the search box, type Knight. Select the Knight sprite. It's perfect for exploring. Once added, we need to make the Knight smaller so it fits in maze corridors. Click the size box above the sprite area. It shows 100. Change it to 50. Much better. Now we need to create a maze. Click the stage icon in the bottom right. Click the Backdrops tab. Delete the default white backdrop by clicking the X on it. Click the paintbrush icon to create a new backdrop. We'll draw a simple maze. Click the rectangle tool on the left. At the bottom, click the filled circle option for solid fill. Choose a dark color like black or dark gray for the walls. Draw thick walls to create a maze shape. Draw a rectangle along the top edge, make it thick. Draw another along the bottom. Draw one on the left side and one on the right side. You've created a border. Now draw some internal walls, a vertical wall here, a horizontal wall there. Draw a couple of them. What you're trying to build is a maze that our knight can walk through to ensure that it starts from a particular position, and then he's able to reach another end position, all within the border. You can take some time to watch and see how I draw my maze, and then you can replicate the same. If you want something prettier, why not? Go for it. Just ensure that you leave open paths for the player to walk through. Also, make sure there's plenty of open space in the bottom left corner for the starting position. Now, let's make the floor visible. Click the rectangle tool again. Choose a lighter color like light gray or beige. At the top, you'll see a button with stacked rectangles and an arrow pointing backward. Click it. This sends the floor behind the walls. Now draw a large rectangle covering the entire canvas. The black walls should show on top of the gray floor. Perfect. You have walls and a walkable floor. Remember that the purpose of the walkable floor is to ensure that the knight is able to move around without dropping off the floor. Click the Code tab with the knight sprite selected. Here's the key. We need one code stack with a forever loop that constantly checks for arrow keys. This is different from the platform game. Click Events and drag when green flag clicked. Below that, click Motion and add Go to X, Y. Change it to X, -180, Y, -120. This places the knight in the bottom left starting area. Make sure this position is not touching any walls on your stage. Check visually. Now, click Motion again and add Set Rotation Style Left-Right. This keeps the knight upright when moving. Now comes the game engine, the Forever Loop. Click Control and drag a Forever Loop below the setup code. Everything else goes inside this Forever Loop. This loop runs continuously, checking for keys and movement every frame. Inside the Forever Loop, we'll add 4 separate if-then blocks, one for each direction. Click Control and drag an if-then block inside the Forever Loop. For the condition, click Sensing, light blue category, and find Key Space Pressed. It's a hexagon block. Drag it into the if-then condition. Click the drop-down and change Space to Up arrow. Inside this if-then, we need to move, then check collision, then undo if needed. Click Motion and add Change Y by 10 inside the if-then. Now add another if-then block below it. Still inside the first if-then. For this nested condition, click Sensing and drag Touching Color into the hexagon. Click the color square in the Touching Color block. Your cursor becomes an eyedropper. Click directly on one of your black walls on the stage. The color square turns to match your wall color exactly. Inside this nested if-then, click Motion and add Change Y by -10. This undoes the movement if you hit a wall. Up direction complete. Now let's add down. Still inside the forever loop, after the up if then, add another if then from control. For the condition, add sensing key space pressed and change it to down arrow. Inside, add motion change Y by -10. Then add another nested if then with sensing touching color. Click the eyedropper and click your wall again. Inside that, add motion change Y by 10 to undo. For left movement, add another if then inside the forever loop. Condition, sensing key left arrow pressed. Inside, motion change X by -10. Nested if then, sensing touching color with wall color. Inside that, motion change X by 10. For right movement, add the final if then inside the forever loop. Condition, sensing key right arrow pressed. Inside, motion change X by 10. Nested if then, sensing touching color with wall color. Inside that, motion change X by -10. You could just duplicate the if-then conditions, but ensure that you remember to change the directions for the X and Y axis. This might be a lot easier, but ensure that you don't make mistakes. Else, we'll get our knight confused on the direction to move. Let's test it. Click the green flag. The knight appears small in the bottom left corner, not touching any walls. Press and hold the up arrow. The knight moves smoothly upward in grid steps. Move toward a wall. The knight stops at the wall perfectly. Try all 4 arrows, up, down, left, right. Hold them down for continuous movement. Navigate through your maze paths. If the knight doesn't move at all, check your starting position. Click the green flag and look at the stage. Is the knight touching a wall? If yes, change the go to X, Y values to move the knight away from walls. Try X, -180 by -120, or adjust until there's clear space around the starting position. If movement feels too slow, change all the change by 10 values to 15. If it's too fast, change them to 5. Make sure all 4 directions use the same number and the undo movements are the negative of the forward movements. Excellent work! You've created grid-based movement with a forever loop, the proper game engine pattern. Your knight explores smoothly without breaking through walls. Next lesson, we'll add collectible keys scattered throughout the maze. See you then.